In 1995, this team were promoted to the Premier League through the playoffs. They were relegated that same season, but returned to the top flight at the first time of asking by winning the Division 1 title. Again they were relegated, but this time only on goal difference after a controversial disallowed goal saw them draw 0-0 with Everton, the team who they were equal on points with. The following season, they were beaten in the playoff final by Watford. In 2000, they were semi-finalists in the FA Cup, League Cup and playoffs, and at the end of the 2000-2001 season, they made their return to the top flight, again through the playoffs. In 2004, they reached the League Cup final, where they narrowly lost 2-1 to Middlesbrough and finished 8th in the Premier League, their highest ever finish in their history at the time. In 2005, they went even better and finished 6th in the league, earning them qualification to the Uefa Cup. They reached the final 32 of the competition the following season, eventually losing to Marseille 2-1 on aggregate. Between 2003 and 2007, they recorded consecutive top 8 finishes. In 2008, they survived relegation on the final day of the season, finishing 16th, but managed to reach the last 16 of the UEFA Cup, which included a draw against Bayern Munich and knocking out Atletico Madrid. In 2012, they were relegated from the Premier League for the final time, dropping into the newly named Championship, where they finished 7th, narrowly losing out on a playoff spot to Leicester on goal difference. Things would only get worse from here. In December 2015, they were £172.9 million in debt and were handed a winding up order and hit with a transfer embargo for the following month's transfer window. Much of this debt was written off in March 2018, but this wasn't the end of the money troubles. In April 2016, they were relegated to the third tier of English football for the first time since 1993. They did bounce straight back up, however, managing a second place finish in League One and an immediate return to the Championship, and also survival the following season. In 2018-2019, the money troubles returned, and in April 2019 they were relegated back to League One, finishing 23rd, and also cancelling a match against Brentford. The club went into administration in May 2019 and started life in League One on minus 12 points and another postponed game, this time against Doncaster Rovers. The club have recently suffered further punishments for the 2 cancelled games, but the further 5-point deduction is suspended for 18 months. The question is, can we raise this fallen giant? So here we are, it's our first day working at Bolton Wanderers. As you can see, there's quite a list of players here like ocassions, Youri Djorkaeff, Kevin Davis, Jussi Jääskeläinen. I remember all of those from the days when Bolton was playing in the Premier League. They are what I would consider a fallen giant. The board have issued their expectations, so they want me to work within the wage budget, which is understandable considering the money troubles that they've had. Fight bravely against relegation is required in this first season. They are at the bottom of League One with minus 12 points. There is only 23 teams because obviously Bury went bust, which is also a shame to see. We don't like to see as old clubs disappearing in English football. It doesn't matter what team you support, it's just not something that you like to see. So we will be starting our season against Wycombe Wanderers away, who are doing really well in real life, so that could be a tough game. We do have a few friendlies set up, which I'll just fly through. I've had a look at the squad. It's not actually a bad team. Being a Barnsley fan, there's actually a few links here. So I've obviously noticed that their previous manager before I took over was... where is it? I've just been looking at it. Landmarks. No. Managers. Keith Hill. Obviously used to be Barnsley manager. And in their staff screen, all this fancy stuff, you will also see, where is it? That's responsibilities. Coaching team. The assistant manager is David Flitcroft, who also was Keith Hill's assistant at Barnsley before Hill left and Flitcroft took over. So Flitcroft again, another ex-Barnsley manager. Then jumping into the squad, Chris O'Grady. Look, Barnsley player. So there's a few links here. I may be able to channel my inner Barnsley fan and pull Bolton out of this. They've got a decent squad. I recognise a lot of players. Ben Alnwick also used to play for Barnsley. I recognise Jack Hobbs, Forest player, I believe. Yep. We've got Liam Bridcut, Leeds. Yep. We've got Tibord Verlinden, who he plays for Stoke. I actually signed him for Barnsley in the previous Football Manager. A good player. I don't recognise Dodu. Obviously recognise Daryl Murphy. There seems to be quite a lot of players coming in from Nottingham Forest here. So I wonder if Forest have sort of like dug into the pockets and gone, look, we'll let you have a few players, see if you can get yourself out of this. Josh Emmanuel, I recognise him. He's come from Ipswich, who are also in League One now. Jake Wright on loan from Sheffield United. So even though they've obviously had some financial troubles, they've been relegated, they are bottom of the league with minus 12 points, they do have a good squad behind them, so I'm looking forward to this save. It should be fun. I'll obviously see if there's anything I can do in the transfer window, but I would imagine there's not a great deal of money. Yeah, transfer budget is nothing. We do have a bit of wages to play with, so I might be able to bring in a couple of free transfers. Zach Clough, there's a clause for sale for him. He's at Forest. There's a lot of Bolton and Forest links, so he will be due $500,000 after another 27 league appearances, but we can sell the clause for 361k. He might get some games. I mean, 27 matches into a long time to wait for $500,000. Could do with the money like, but Rob Holding and Remy Matthews. There's not a lot of projected income. So yeah, I might be able to bring in a few players on frees. The concern is obviously they've already got 4 loan players. I could bring in more loan players, but you've got a limit to how many you can put into your squad and how many you can actually have in your starting 11. I think it's 5 in your starting 11, or 3 in your 11 and 5 in your squad. There's competitions, rules, loan players. Yeah, so a squad must have no more than 5 loan players, no more than 4 from the same club. So it doesn't actually state I can only have 3 in the starting 11. I'm sure that used to be a rule, but it looks like it's now just 5 in your match day squad. So I'll try to stick to that. So back to the board requests. They want to reach the 3rd round of the FA Cup and the 2nd round of the EFL Cup. Now the FA Cup's required, the EFL Cup's preferred. So that could be quite tough depending on who we draw. Obviously, being in League One, we will start in the 1st round, so we could come up against some decent teams. There's the chance that in the 2nd round we could come up against someone from the Championship. I know Bolton have only just gone down, but they've essentially just rebuilt this entire team from, well, basically the ground up. I think at one point they were down to 3 senior players on the books when they were going through the troubles, so it's essentially a brand new team. I think if you look on your transfer screen, look at this. This is the team. Everybody has come in. There's quite a lot gone out. Josh McGuinness got sold, and Luca Connell went for 350k. A good 18-year-old. I'll have to scout him. Probably don't have a scout budget. So a lot of players have left. A lot of players have come in. So they've made a 400k profit on players there. That's probably part of what helped them out. That stopped them from going in the same way as Bury did. They did actually postpone a game against Doncaster, which in August, but obviously we'll be starting from the beginning of the season, so that's not going to happen. We've got Accrington in the 1st round of the EFL Cup. Now, as I record this, Bolton have just played Accrington in the League One and lost 7-1. So, this could go well. We are currently there. So yeah, this is where we are in the current season in real life, and they just basically got towelled. So this could be interesting. I'm gonna play with the tactics through pre-season, see what works, have a look through the team, and then we will pick up for the first game of the season against Wycombe and see if we can actually raise this fallen giant. I hope you're going to enjoy this series because I'm really looking forward to playing it. And welcome to match day. The eagle-eyed of you might notice I've got changed. I haven't just sort of gone off mid-recording and got changed. This is actually a completely different day. Due to my schedule and working, I don't actually get a lot of time to record, so I tried to record a lot all at once, but I ran out of recording time with the Bolton save, trying to get from pre-season, trying to get all the way through pre-season to the start of the season. I've had to go to work. It's actually been probably about 4 days since I recorded this, so I've not just gone out and got changed for the second part. It is actually a completely different day. So the January transfer window has been quiet. I've signed one player, but he doesn't join until January, so I'm not going to show you him yet. Very excited for him actually. He's come from Finland, which I managed in FM19 on a journeyman save, so I do actually recognise him. I'm hoping that he's going to come in and make some difference, because I'm a bit short of strikers. The pre-season has gone quite well. We've only lost one game to a team which we probably shouldn't have lost against, but the rest of them's gone really, really well, beating Oviedo. Good result there. So I've rotated the team round quite a lot. What I'm going to do today, we're going to play the Wycombe match because it's the first game of the season, and then we're going to go on to the Accrington League Cup game, see if we can get a cup run put together. The EFL trophy has been drawn. We're in the same group as Fleetwood and Liverpool's under-23s. Now, I'm not a big fan of the new format. My team, obviously, I'm a Barnsley fan. We won the paint trophy when it was Johnson's paint trophy. The last time it was in its old format, and there were no under-23s teams in it. It were all professional teams, and I think that were a much better format for the competition because everybody were on a level playing field. In Liverpool's under-23s should be beating most of the League 1 and League 2 sides that's in this competition, which I think is unfair. It gave your lower league clubs a chance to win a trophy because it was purely League 1 and 2 teams. But things change. At least I've got to go to Wembley and see Barnsley win a trophy. That doesn't happen a lot in 100 years, so... Right, so I've gone for the obligatory 4-1-4-1 that I like to start with at a lot of clubs. I've also started with it in my Leipzig save, although I am tweaking it a little bit over there. It's just basically my go-to formation, so it kind of works sometimes. I'm hoping that with a team that's put together on players that's just come from nowhere, because a lot of these, like I say, have been signed this summer. I'm hoping that it's got enough defence to keep us going. So I think I'll be starting with Elwick in defence. In nets. Emmanuel at right back. Probably Wright and Hobbs in centre back. I would play Josh Earl at left back, but he's injured, and so is Jordan Boom. He's out for 3 to 6 months. He got injured in a friendly. Josh Earl was apparently injured when we got him, which I find a little bit bizarre, but never mind. So I'm going to play Chickson there for now. The DM role is going to be Bridcut, who's just started a coaching badge. I set up the responsibilities for the staff, and I gave my director of football the power to send my coaching staff on coaching badges. And William Bridcut got sent for a coaching badge. Go figure. So Luke Murphy's going to play as advanced playmaker. Jason Lowe's going to play as my ball-winning midfielder. Valinda's going to play on the right. And Buckley's not fit. Not recommended to be selected. It would be Buckley, but it's going to be Weir, I think. And then we're going to start with Murphy up front. Now, Dodu and O'Grady have had actually a decent pre-season, so it's encouraging to see. Oh no, I don't want a goalkeeper on bench. We don't play them games. Put a centre back on. I don't know why it's picked him. I must have double clicked. It's going to have to be Bunny as left back cover. Don't have cover for right back. I might have to look at that. I've been trying. I have been trying. If you go onto my transfer screen, no, sorry, not my transfer screen, my scouting screen, you will see that I've got like loads of players. If we go on to right back, I think he's a wing back. Wing back. I have been scouting. Jordan Spence came up. But even if I take wing back off, you can see I've been scouting players. I'm actually resorting to a bid of Lewis Buxton, so he may be coming in as just as backup. He's got no pace, but I need some backup at right back at the minute. It's just, why the hell is he still playing? He's 40. Good on you. So we're not greatly covered at there, so I'm trying. Ali Crawford can play as an attacking mid, but I don't play attacking mid. He's not much use to me anywhere else. I don't have another DM, which again is something I'm looking into. I might end up filling my bench up with midfielders here. I put Politic on as cover for right and left attacking midfield. I don't have any other central midfielders either. I'm starting to notice some gaps here. Crawford's going to have to go on bench. Zuma and O'Grady. So the bench is a bit bodged together. I'm hoping I don't get too many injuries. I suppose some of these could drop into DM if needs be. Though I don't really have cover for them either. Let's see how the first match of the season goes. The match must have at least one player trained by the club. Just put Broadbank on pension. Okay. You're going to find that difficult with Bolton because 90% of the players were just fucked off. But never mind. So here we are. There's not a lot of face. I'm going to find a face back, I think, because this just looks weird. Encourage. Play. I don't need advice. I know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to need to change this. So we're going for key highlights. We're going to speed this up. Apparently not. Hello. Not speeding that up at all. Maybe if I play. Now can I do it? Yep. Right. So we're going to go up one tick. I'm going to pause now so that I can do this without missing any of the game. Replays. Yeah, that'll do. Notifications. I don't really find them useful because I keep my eye on everything. So yeah, we'll go for one tick on that, and then we'll play. And then when we get to the match screen, I need to tweak my windows as well because I've found a match screen mod. Here we go. Teams. Yep, I tweaked this in a match on another game, but it seems to have reverted. So I'll have that. I don't want those. I want the I've got the latest scores. I want. What did I have down here? I think I had the score. Yeah, and then here we have the league table. Yep, happy with that. And off we go. Uneventful first opening minutes, which if you've been watching the Breaking the Mould series, an uneventful first few minutes is quite good because we like to concede early. Bolton on the attack with a free kick, whipping it in, and it's headed just wide by Murphy. We've had a shot on target. No clear-cut chances, but we're even for shots. We're edging it, I would say, so far. It's been a quiet first half. Not a lot to commentate on. There's been some yellow cards. And it's half time. Wow. So Emmanuel's been losing possession. Chickson's playing well. And Law's playing well. Emmanuel is actually the best performance so far though. Jake Wright struggled. So we'll encourage them. We've got some players that's looking nervous. I think we probably just need to bed in. This team's not really played together, so apart from pre-season, which in real life didn't happen because they didn't start really struggling until, oh no, I suppose they did. Yeah, but back in the championship season when they ended up cancelling their game against Brentford. This is a very dull game. It's a Villingdon whip in the corner to Murphy, and Weir's there. He's onside. Yep. That's 1-0. Come on, boys. Let's try and get into positive numbers as quick as we can. That was a fantastic corner and headed back across by Murphy on the volley from Weir. And oh no, why is it an instant replay? An instant highlight. This is scary. Unless we're going to take ball off him and get a second. That'd be really good. Oh no, it's Wickham coming forward. Someone please tackle him. Let's play it over to Smith. Come on, keeper. Good save, Alnwick. That's what we like. We've got a corner now. We just need to defend this. Aaron's taking it. And it's deep and it's missed everyone. And Hobbs can get rid. As far as Murphy, who's on this immediate counter-attack, is there any support for him? He's played it back to Bridcut, to Low, out wide to Chickson. Can't whip a ball in Chickson. It's there to aim to Murphy, but it's now to Luke Murphy, top corner! 2-0. After an uneventful first half, we've just scored 2 goals really, really quickly. That was an absolutely fantastic finish from Luke Murphy. Darryl Murphy headed it out, he brought it down and then just straight into the top corner. Keeper no chance. And we're 2-0 up. No point looking at league table yet because we're still bottom. It's just we'll be down to -9 instead of -12. And the quicker we could turn that round, the better. Chickson with the ball in again, aim for Villingdon this time. And we can come clear with Cashket. Come on, Alnwick. Good save again, tipping it over the bar. And another corner to defend. We've got 6 minutes left to survive, and I am aware I've not made any substitutions yet. Although nobody's looking particularly knackered, so that's good. Although we have got bookings, Lowe's on 6.4, he can come off. Crawford can play there for last 5 minutes. It's not going to kill him. I don't really want to change much, to be fair. They're playing well. Villingdon's on a 6-7 and he's tired, so I'll put Dodu out there. And Villingdon's pounding clear, but that's the end of that highlight. Right, we've got a throw in to defend. Jakobsen into the box and Bridcut away, straight to Dodu. That's his first touch I'm aware of. And he's running clear. He's taking on the entire defence and he's selfish. He could have squared that. Really should have squared that. Crawford with the corner. And Murphy, aim for Murphy. Luke Murphy again, and I don't know where he's headed that. If you got a 50p piece for a head, jeebs. I think that's that. Yes, a 2-0 win. Opening game of the season. Nice bit of morale boosting. And we're down to only -9. We don't have a positive goal difference. We're the only team outside the top 7 with a positive goal difference. Ah, dear me. Right. I'm actually conscious that this episode is going to obviously drag on because of the intro and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back for the Accrington game. I'll play the commentary game off camera. I'll come back for the Accrington game and then pick out another one of these league matches. See who's a more interesting game. It might be the Donny match. So we'll come back for that in the next episode. So thanks everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next episode.